So, look, I just saw myself on TV. What's going on, world? I'm Wesley from A Connection TV, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences, and the similar connection that I want to adopt with you is for the entertainment value that exists with Real Housewives of Atlanta. This particular episode is called Party in a Sweatbox, and it would just be Kenya's thing to put a party in a sweatbox. I don't know. I'm really digging this season so far because of all of the shade that's being thrown. And it's like these girls are throwing shade for the entertainment value, period. It's not because they actually don't like the females that they're throwing shade at. I feel like they're actually throwing shade just for the comedic value of the show. And it's gotten to this point now where they know that that's what they have to do to make people go, what? You know what I'm saying? So they're throwing shade, but it's like they do feel that way, but they don't really care because they know that it's a show and they're trying to make people laugh. Like, that's what I'm getting from the show now. That's what I'm getting from the show now. So I'm appreciating it, but I'm not appreciating Phaedra having to go through this scene where she's excited because Porsha is getting a colonic done. Ugh, like, really? My thing is, Porsha comes in this place all dialed up, okay? All dialed up. Not dialed, but y'all know what I'm dolled up. That's what I'm trying to say. And so I'm trying to imagine her taking off all her clothes and all her makeup and all that stuff to sit in this device, on this device that's going to clean out her booty hole. Oh my God, that's so nasty. That is so nasty. And then this place, it looks like this spa. I can't picture it. Well, I didn't have to picture it. I saw it on my screen. But it was not cute to watch, and I was very... I'm like, why, right? Why are we watching this? I thought it was interesting how Phaedra was like, Kenya needs to be here because she could be 2 shades lighter than what she is if she get all that poop out of her system. I'm like, what? I'm like, first of all, y'all both the same shade. Like, what? No shade, but y'all both the same shade. Even if y'all put like 5 layers of makeup on, y'all both the same shade. So it's like, you know what I realized though? This is the one show where practically every female is dark skinned. Have you noticed that? I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed that. But you know, a lot of times, you know, people say, oh yeah, it's, you know, dark beauty doesn't really, you know, get to see the light. But all of these females are dark skinned. All of them. There's no yellow girl on the show, except for Kim Fields now. Was that the reason why Was that the reason why she was casted? And not to say that Cynthia's black, but she's not black. But I don't know. I think that is very interesting. Yeah. And Sheree is not dark, but she's not Kim Fields. But I don't know. I don't know. I mentioned that just to mention that, but I think it's cool actually. Porsha and Phaedra are getting along. They're becoming cooler and closer, kind of like they were last season, you know? It was the 3 of them, Nene, Phaedra, and Porsha, and in so many words and ways, right? So, you know, Portia's sitting there laying down like she's about to give birth. And, you know, Phaedra wants to bring up the conversation that she had with Kandi. And, you know, Porsha starts talking about her situation with Kandi. I'm guessing that had to be the topic of discussion for this particular scene and cut. And so, you know, Phaedra goes in. First, let me get into Porsha. Porsha goes in saying that she didn't think that it was cool for Kandi to be promoting these rumors, these blog rumors that are being spread around. And she's like, you know, the blogs are going to talk and we need to get to a place where we don't care what the blogs say because that's their job. Their job is to talk and discuss our lives, knowing that they don't know anything about our lives. And I'm thinking, I'm listening to her and I'm like, you know, I agree. That's one of the reasons why I don't do gossip blogs. Like, I just don't find it interesting to do gossip blogs, you know? If I don't really know about it, and even if I do know about it, it's not really concerning me, so I don't feel it necessary to gossip. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll only talk about a topic if it completely interests me, and I think that it needs to be discussed. But, you know, hearing about the Kardashians or talking about the Kardashians, and now, you know, Kim's pregnant again, and those kind of things, I don't know. It doesn't really pique my interest that much to continuously talk about it on a consistent basis. But that's just me. Okay? But I understand where Porsha is coming from with that. But then, you know, Phaedra chimes in about the whole Kandi situation, and she's like, yeah, you know, we had a great conversation. But let me put it to you like this. What if your ex-husband, okay? Your ex-husband, what if he had some stuff at my house? Would you feel some sort of way if I was holding some of his stuff at my house? And, you know, Porsha was like, yeah, I just don't understand why Kandi would do that. Wow. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm trying to look on all levels, right? I'm trying to look at it from Phaedra's side, and I can get how she would feel somewhat weirded out by that concept of Apollo's stuff being at Kandi's house. I get that. But I also see Todd's side, because Todd and Apollo have a friendship. And so Kandi is not living by herself. And so I get it, right? Knowing what they told us on TV, I get it. So I don't know if I would be so upset like Phaedra was. I think, thinking about it, it seems like she was just picking a reason for her to be upset at Kandi. I don't know, but maybe she was upset. Maybe she was genuinely upset. If they hadn't talked about it, I can understand how she would feel betrayed if they hadn't at least talked about it. But I don't know. I guess Kandi said that she thought it wasn't a secret. But whatever. Whatever. Fine as Leon, who is aging quite well, by the way. Okay? I kind of have a feeling that I'm an age like him. I hope. Anyways. He comes to visit Cynthia, and Cynthia hadn't spoken to Peter in over a week. I'm thinking to myself, like, are you freaking serious? And I'm like, yeah, you are. Yeah, you're serious, because I don't blame Peter, and I don't blame Cynthia. I don't blame anyone. I don't blame anyone in this particular situation. They're both at fault. But it is clear as day that this show and their popularity in the real world is what is bringing their marriage down. I believe. And I don't know anything about their marriage, but what we see. But based off of living your life publicly the way that they are, Peter is a mess, I feel. And I think Cynthia is becoming more cocky-headed, if that's even a phrase, because she's just feeling herself like Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think about that concept, that thought? Place it into your minds. Noel is getting a tutor, and I don't know where they found this tutor. Tutors R Us or whatever, where he works or whatever. Okay, but he's 26 and he's fine, right? And he got bright white teeth, and usually I don't like men when they have hair. I don't like it, but he was looking tight. And Noel was like, hey, but Noel had like so much makeup plastered on her face. It was a bit disturbing. I just wanted to go and wipe that all that off. But, you know, she's beautiful. She's a young, pretty lady. But Noel wasn't the only one that was captivated by Kamari's beauty, because Cynthia made it a point to really let everyone know how she was feeling. And I'm thinking to myself, don't you got Peter? But I was like, wait, she's not attracted to him with his clothes off. So I'm like, okay, so she really doesn't have Peter. But I'm like, Girl, you doing too much, though. You doing too much. You got married. You cuss out your mom and your sister when they tried not to get you to get to marry the fool. Now you sitting here throwing out subliminals about how you think Kamari is looking. And Leon is like, why are you looking at Kamari? Okay, anyways, let's get back to the discussion. Leon grilling the dude because, you know, he's trying to be a tutor for Noel. And, you know, Cynthia's like, well, I just think he's going to be a distraction. I'm like, for you, Cynthia, you about to see what some abs look like or something. He about to clean up the pool, and you about to be like, Kamari. I see it, though. I'm at this point, though. I'm watching this, and I'm like, ooh, scandalous, Cynthia, scandalous. And I'm feeling, my heart is breaking for Peter. I don't know why. Maybe because I know he's not attractive. We're close. My heart is breaking. My heart is breaking for him because it's not his. I'm not going to go there. But even though he effed up with the public video and all of that, my heart is breaking for him. Because that's tough. That's tough. That's tough for anyone. That's really tough. I like that Leon told Cynthia to fight for the marriage. You know, he basically told her that you're a serial dater. When you're done, you're done. But you decided to get married, so it's different now because you're married. So I suggest that you make it work. You let it work. You fight for it. And I'm thinking lots of Leon. I don't know if you heard her say that she does not find Peter attractive with his clothes off. So I don't know. I don't care what kind of love y'all had when y'all got married, or what notion or image or dream blinded you with the reality of what marriage is. But she wasn't attracted to him with his clothes off before they got married. So to carry that into after the marriage is a bit much. Yes, it is. But Leon, I don't know. It's not working. As soon as she said that, I was like, it's divorce time. It just is. Because even if their situations work out and they become good communicators and, you know, they start to do things with each other more, the fact that, you know, it's good that females cannot show that they're attracted by an erection. Because, you know, she would never... Porsha and Kandi have a good conversation about everything after, you know, Porsha does some running. And for a second, I'm like, why isn't Kandi running? I'm like, oh, wait. She preggers. She can run. No problem. I get it. We're there. Cool. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And they start talking about the whole, you know, Duke and Todd. And Porsha's like, you know what it was like when you first started dating Todd. But then Kandi brings us the backstory. You know, Kandi always giving us the backstory. Because if you're going to say something about Kandi, she going to make sure she got the backstory on it. She was like, well... all that about Duke is fine and good, but I had friends that could tell me about Todd before I got involved with Todd. There were moments and time invested into being with Todd to officially say that he's my man. So, you know. And she was like, I just want to remind you that we told you about Homeboy, and look what happened. And I'm like, oh, okay, touche, Kandi. Kandi always got a rebuttal, though. She does. She always has a rebuttal. So, once again, shout out to another brother that I just met this past weekend when I was in Atlanta, Jay. You know, event planner, and he does a lot in Atlanta. He was on the screen, and he's working with my boy, Core Stacks. And Core Stacks was on the previous episodes. So, shout out to those boys getting seen on TV. I really do see y'all being on TV in the future. Hint, hint. But it's a beautiful thing. I love when I see people that I know doing what I would love to do. That's why I gotta ease on down the road to Atlanta before I try to get my ass to somebody's LA, just so I can even be in the realm of people that love to do what I love to do, because Orlando is not where it needs to be in that field. So shout out to Jay. I really do see you, brother, and we talked earlier, so appreciate the love and advice and all of that. Thank you. Shout out once again. Kenya is planning a party for her hair products. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. Kenya, a great avenue to go down if your products indeed work. That's going to take work for you to, you know, promote those products and and make money off of it. So, but shout out to Kenya. I wonder if Kenya uses her own products in her hair, because Kenya's hair is beautiful. And she states over and over that it's always all of her. So, you know, I wonder how she gets that, right? I'm just saying, I wonder. But, you know, they're trying to throw this event together in this venue space. And, you know, Kenya's like, I want this to be it. And I recall her telling the event planner, the head event planner, that she wants the place to be cold. She wants air in the place. Because when you fill up a place with people, it gets what? Hot. And when you're hot, you get aggravated, you get muggy, you don't really care about anything else that's going on. So I remember her saying that she wanted it to be cold. I do remember her saying that. She was throwing jabs at Sheree too, talking about maybe we need to have a rent party. I thought that was goddamn. Goddamn. When she said maybe we need to have a rent party. Wow. But that'd be the shade though. Can you know how to throw some good ass shade? Show you right. Cynthia's calling Peter and Peter's not responding. Kim and her husband are beautiful people, and I'm like, Kim, get your man off this. Do one season, Kim. Do one season, Kim, because I love the family atmosphere that y'all have. Really do. And that brother is solid. Solid as a rock. He reminds me of Bondi Blue's husband. Because Bondi Blue's husband is freaking phenomenal. Like, when you know that, I mean, he's like the definition of what a good man should be. And I don't even know the brother like that. But the fact that he was able to corroborate and you know, boost her up and make her feel good and make sure she was good at the blackout, like, brother was all over the place doing things. And it was impressive to see that, because he was a good looking man and he was taking care of Bondi Blue. That is what Kim's husband reminds me of. A good looking man taking care of his wife. Beautiful fucking thing. I love it. I love it. So shout out to everybody in beautiful situations with beautiful fiancés and husbands and wives, and y'all are taking care of each other, and y'all got that thick ass partnership. That thick ass partnership, I appreciate it. So shout out to y'all. Kim, one season please. Shout out to Brandon. Brandon, I respect you, brother. He is out there doing his thing, trying to get the event for Kenya set up and ready. Shamia comes in with Porsha. We don't know who Shamia is. Shamia doesn't have a peach, but Shamia is giving me what I need as far as realness. And I'm appreciating all of that. And, you know, she's throwing shade. I don't know why Porsha and Shamia were coming up the back steps where the wood was looking crackly, snap, crackle, and pop-ish. And they come through the exit, emergency exit. I'm like, okay, whatever. Whatever. But it was interesting nonetheless, because Shamia pointed out that maybe they filled these bottles up with water because they couldn't supply the product for the party. I didn't think about it like that, because she didn't state that until Kenya came in, and she kind of read Kenya. It was like, did they fill these bottles up with water, girl? Because where's the product? I was like, maybe they could have done that. Maybe they couldn't. She couldn't come up with enough shipment or whatever, so they filled up the rest of the bottles with water. Maybe I don't know. It's funny how a lot of people in Atlanta are trying to create skincare products and hair products and stuff. Everyone is coming in. Marlo looked amazing in the pink. Okay, Kim Fields comes in and she's like starstruck by finally meeting Kandi. I'm like, wow, they never met. Wow. Like, Kim is like so closeted and sheltered. Like, what? Wow. That's what I'm thinking to myself. And then we get to Porsha calling Sheree She-Hulk. I thought that was hilarious. She-Hulk. Wow. I'm like, did Porsha think of that herself? I'm like, go ahead, Porsha, you better come with these lines. All of the females are looking amazing in their post-confessionals. I'm really loving it. Then we find out that Kenya has a date. And his name is Eugene. And Phaedra had the best shady line, the shadiest line this particular episode, when she said Kenya met Eugene at the dermatologist because Eugene had some skin issues, like a lot going on in the face. And I'm thinking to myself, like, Like, I don't know, but Eugene probably has some money. That's what I'm thinking. Eugene probably has some money, because when you look at all of these females dealing with these men that got billions and billions of dollars, the men aren't attractive, because men feel that they don't have to be attractive. All they need is the money, and I guess that's true. All you need is the money, and you can look like you wouldn't meet somebody at the dermatologist, because if you have money, the females don't really care about anything else. And I don't understand why that is. I really don't. But it's more true than not. I'll say that. So when Kenya comes in, she leaves because she's hot. Everybody's fanning, they going like this, and you can see people sweating. Even Eugene was sweating, and his skin, never mind. It was a mess. And so she got out, she left. Then the people tried to reel Kim into all of the drama that's going on. And I'm like, why are y'all introducing her to drama already? And Kim and the husband are just like, why the fuck did we join the show? That's what their faces look like. But I feel so like awe for Kim, because she is she's like an invalid. She can't freaking comprehend what's going on or what she really got herself into. I don't know. I promise you I don't. But it was interesting watching how Kim just really does not have a clue. Okay? And so, Kenya decides to come back out. Shamia tells Kenya about the water field and the products. Kenya is not really caring for Shamia that much, and Marlo makes a mention of it, but we move past that. Kenya and Sheree, she by She-Hulk. And I love Sheree. Sheree is one of the realest on the show to me. They talk about their situation, and it was weird because Kenya was trying to apologize, but she was still throwing shade. But Sheree was taking them punches and wasn't being moved or fazed by it at all. I guess Sheree has changed a lot. I love Sheree in her post-confessional with the little side, the bob with the red. Gorgeous girl. Gorgeous, was looking cute, mama. Keep it up. I love Sheree. I love Kandi. Cynthia is cool. Porsha, it's ditzy, but she's playful. I like her. Kenya, Kenya goes on the verge of she goes on the side of trying to be righteous and then not. And so it's like, make up your mind, girl. What are we doing? Are we righteous or are we not? Phaedra has changed over the years. I liked Phaedra in the beginning, but she's slowly becoming someone else. I don't know. I don't know. But the girls are cool overall. We get to Peter and Cynthia having a tremendous conversation on national television about their marriage. This was like marriage boot camp times 55 million. Like, this was crazy. And only thing I got from that conversation was that Cynthia does not give a damn about Peter and this marriage anymore. Cynthia is completely invested in herself. And she realizes that once she was able to verbalize out loud that she's not attracted to this man with his clothes off, she just does not care anymore. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that she cemented a life for her, and she feels that it's going to stand on its own without Peter. This show has created a balloon-sized blimp kind of a head for her. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Or maybe she just is that type of person where she's tried. We haven't seen her try on TV, but she's tried. And now she's like, I'm not going to keep doing something if it's not going to work. Maybe she is that type of person. We haven't seen any of that to know or to understand that that's the type of person that she is. All we know is that the dude created a video on Instagram with some chick rubbing on her titty or gracing the top of her titty. And that has been rumored that Peter is a cheater. Maybe that's where her energy is stemming from. The fact that all of that shit that we've heard is actually true. And so she's like, you know what? When it gets to this point, there's no point. I don't know. But the vibe was crazy. And it really seemed like Peter had no idea why she was so cold-hearted to him. And I felt more for Peter than I've ever felt for Cynthia. Because Cynthia was just like, oh, I don't know. Why you crying? Like, nigga, you crying? Like, what? You Jamaican, get up. Like, it was like, ooh. And then when she ever came out her mouth and said, well, that's why they have divorce. Because sometimes things don't work out. And she walked up to him and she was like, well, look, I'm going to try one more time. But if it don't work, we're breaking up. It's not going to work. We're getting a divorce. I'm like, God damn. I'm really hoping that that is a culmination of her being tired of dealing with the bullshit. Maybe Peter has a lot of bullshit with him and she's just tired and we don't see it. But this Cynthia right here, I knew, and I said it, I knew. Soon as she said she was not attracted to Holmes with his clothes, it was a wrap. It was a divorce, a done deal. I already knew that. But goddamn, I wanted them to survive. Like I want Todd and Kandi to survive. I even want Greg and Nene old asses to survive. But goddamn, Cynthia, that was hardcore. But once again, she said on national TV her husband is fucking disgusting with his clothes off. So she gives 2 fucks. 2 fucks. What did y'all think about Real Housewives of Atlanta partying among the Sweatbox? I'm curious as to what y'all think about this particular episode. Let me know ASAP. What? Let me know ASAP Rocky. What? Anyways, I'm Wesley. Thank you for tuning in. And please leave comments below. Like and subscribe to the AK Nation TV brand. And do me a favor before you leave. Please vote. Vote for me on AMC's The Walking Dead, or The Talking Dead, excuse me. Go to www.talkingdead.com. Click on Ultimate Fan Search and click my video. Click the green arrows up on me and the red arrows down on everyone else. I love everyone else. I really don't because I don't know them, but I want to win. Click up on me and down on everyone else because my score is going down and down and down. I want to win. I want to be on TV. It's the greatest opportunity for producers of that caliber to even know what I'm capable of, so you guys can see Mona on the screen. You can see Twan on the screen. You can see me on the screen. So definitely vote. Love you. Deuces.
Before we started, just introducing extra things.
Okay. So this is completely like your site, like it's
this
not ran through a third party.
No,
this is your site, launched by you.
It's launched by me, created by me.
And you have actual
Break